you want to become a leader, this is how to do it. Listen, I don't care what your level is, what your industry is. If you want to become a leader in your space, this is how to do it. Listen, most people think that leadership starts when you get permission to lead or you get chosen to lead or something like that. And I'll be honest with you, it couldn't be further from the truth. Leadership starts way before you ever get selected. Leadership starts the moment people start listening to you. Okay, listen, my name is Miles Brown. I'm a leadership development and communication specialist. And today I'm going to help you to become a leader right now. In like 5 minutes, you're going to start taking actual steps that literally transform you into a leader. So let's hop into it. So here's a truth that a lot of people don't want to hear. You can have the best ideas, the strongest values, and even the deepest faith, and still nobody is following your lead if you don't know how to use your voice correctly. Because I'll be totally honest with you, leadership isn't just about having the most talent, and it's definitely not about just being the loudest. Leadership is about clarity, and clarity flows through communication. So every leader that you respect has this one thing in common. They know how to say things in a way that makes people want to follow their lead. I'm talking about everybody. If we're all the way back to Jesus, to your favorite politician today, or a preacher today, or a coach today, it doesn't matter. They all know the same one thing. How do they say something in a way that makes people galvanize around them? So here's a nugget that I want you to grab hold to. Leadership flows at the speed of communication. I'm going to say it again. Leadership flows at the speed of communication. So it's really hard for you to lead me if you can't speak clearly. This is a massive, massive nugget when it comes to communication and leadership. Let me give you an example. I do public speaking, right? And for a long time, I would wonder, how are there people that just simply are not as talented as me on stages while I'm not on any stages? How are there people out there getting checks and being flown around the world to speak, and I'm sitting at home every week? It didn't make sense. But then I started to really understand what's happening here. It's not just about their talent on the stage, because honestly, they didn't have the talent that I had. And it's not just myself, I've seen this with plenty of other people, looking at folks less talented than themselves do more than they're doing. But here's what happened with me and with others. We had to learn how to get our words together, get our thoughts together, how to speak with clarity and with confidence, and communicate properly who we are, what we do, what we bring to the table, why we're a better option. Until that happened, I was sitting back every single week looking at other people who don't have the skill that I have, who don't have the ability that I have, on stages that I wanted to be on airplanes that I wanted to be on, in places and cities that I wanted to experience. The truth of the matter is, it wasn't even about my ability on the stage. It was my ability to communicate to the people who I needed to follow me. And once I did actually make that change and learn how to get my words together and speak the proper way to the proper people, everything changed. I'm talking about doors opened, flights started getting booked, right? I became a leader to people and influence followed. And so, what I want to do right now is give you three things that you can do, and you can start doing them right now to help turn you into a leader. Write these down because these are absolute game changers. All right, here we go. Here are the three things. Call them three shifts, if you will. Shift number one, all right? You're going to stop waiting to be chosen. Leaders don't wait to be chosen. We take responsibility, we grab it by the horns, and we are choosing to speak with clarity now. I'm going to say it again. We take responsibility to speak with clarity now. Shift number two, we are choosing to learn how to say things simply. Listen, we're going to say things in a way that anybody and everybody can understand. And it doesn't matter how complicated the thing is that we're talking about, we're going to learn to say it simply. It's really hard to lead you if you can't speak to me clearly. I'm not going to follow you to the deep end, especially if you're not giving me the easy things in a simple manner. Learn to speak and say things simply. The more people that can understand you, the bigger your sphere of influence will become. And thing number three, You have to learn to use your voice to serve somebody else. Listen, real leadership communication is not at all about your ego. It's not about showing people how much you know or all the things you can do. It's about taking somebody to where they need to be. So the next time you speak and you make this deep thing simple, that's great. Only if when you made it simple, it actually brought somebody some level of peace. It brought them to what they needed. It solved an actual problem. We're not speaking just to show off our vast vocabulary. We're speaking to lead people somewhere. Because listen, your voice is not noise. Your voice is leadership. This is actually a massive key that most people miss. Every time you speak, you are leading somebody somewhere, some way, somehow. The question is, do you now understand that nugget? Do you now know that every time you're speaking, you're leading? And are you taking responsibility to lead people to where they want to be, not just to lead people to where you want to take them? That's a massive change that takes people from just talking and making noise to being viewed as leaders, no matter where you are. And here's the thing, none of the things I just mentioned said anything about you becoming better at the thing that you do, though you should always become better. I'm not making an excuse for being lackluster in your profession. But what I'm telling you is that if you can do these three things, it doesn't matter where your current level of ability is. You are already going to have people following you. Why? Because you stopped just talking and you started leading people to where they needed to be. You see, even before you get chosen to be a leader, you will already be leading. And that's actually the key to being chosen. So listen, if you feel called to lead, if you feel called to lead in your church, your rec league, your job, whatever the case may be, then you learning how to properly communicate is not optional. It's actually mandatory. It's just good stewardship of the leadership position that you desire. And if you feel like I don't know what to say or I don't know how to say it, then listen, that's exactly what I help people with all the time. Everyday people, from folks that just want to help in the church to folks that are actually lawyers to people who run organizations, business, all kinds of folks. I help you to say what you need to say so that you can effectively lead. So if that's help that you need, it's really simple. Just leave a comment or send me a message, reach out to me directly. I'd be glad to get you where you want to be. And another thing, remember, your voice is not noise. Your voice is leadership. And people follow you not after you do something amazing, but they follow you the moment they start following your voice.